richly and real good. And he's better than Campbell's soup. And when you see Job, you just say, and his children, their children is blessed, his cattle and all that. The man got bank. He just got the cheese to go with it. Yeah. And see what he's told him. He said, now you can go down there. You touch his body. But don't you touch everything he got. But don't touch his body. And he said, well, I can't do nothing because you have a hedge around him. What is a hedge? A fence, a gate, a fortress. A garrison around Job. That brother was so blessed that they said, according to the word of the Lord, and let me tell you, that's not myth, that's for real. Yeah. Job was real. He just wasn't Job or Job, he was for real. He was so blessed that everything that he had, God just blessed him with it. Yeah. So guess what? The devil got to get permission to jack you up. Yes. If you didn't know that, he has to get permission to mess with you. Yes. And the reason why he has to get permission because God has already given you favor over him. Yes. You just have to realize what the favor that you have over the devil is. Yes. So when that happened, he went down and he messed with everything he had. Got his kids. And every time he got something, there was a witness that came back and told Job what was going on. Yeah. And Job was sitting there feasting with his folk. Feasting with but they were just having a party. There wasn't no rappers in them. They were just having a party. But they was getting down. But you understand one thing, that they was having a festive occasion. And in that festive occasion, Job was enjoying Jesus. Job was enjoying the fact that God has actually blessed him. But check this out. While he was yet having fun, while he was yet relaxing and maxing and getting his groove on, so to speak, here come everything that came to tear him down. Yes. Look, man, I just left. The roof just came in on all your children and they all gone. A fire just broke out in your barn. Here come another one. Broke out in all your sheep, your pigs, your cows, your buffaloes, whatever he had, it's all gone. And then turn around the field, your crop is all messed up. A wind just came in and blew stuff away. Job was like, whoa. I know some of us would have said, Lord, if that's favor, forget it. I'll take whatever else you got. Leave the favor alone because got me going through that. That's all right. I don't want it. But what you need to understand is when God giving you favor, you've got to go through. You've got to prove the favor that's on the inside of you. So what did Job do? He had better sense enough to go up under the tree and sit up there and praise the Lord anyhow. And here it comes again. He actually thought that the devil actually thought that Job would cuss God to his face. And here it is. Here it comes. I'm still there. It has a lot to do with what I'm talking about. But here it is. Job is actually in there praising the Lord. And his wife come out there. You all right? You must be crazy. With everything, and let's tell the truth, women, when y'all, they would go nuts. Hallelujah. But you must be crazy. You just lost everything. All them babies I had for you, they died. What you sitting up and praise the Lord, and you need to cuss them and die. Job looked at her, smiled probably, said, Lord, take it away. Bless it. Be the name of the Lord. I never said she left from the boy and never came back. She just left that moment. Now, I don't know what happened, but she left that moment. But I don't know if it would have been me. I would have, girl, if you don't get out of my face. But this is the thing. That means God has such favor in Job that he was tested and tried. And here comes another test. Now that he couldn't cuss him to his face, here comes the devil again. The devil yet got to get permission to mess with you and to test the favor that God put on the inside of you. And here it is. He messed with him again, and God gave him permission. Okay, you can touch his body, but don't touch his soul. Made him sick. Bulls, he got sitting there ashy, smelling. Bulls just broke out all of a sudden. Now, it wasn't no acne. It was worse than that. It just all kind of stuff. He had to actually scrape the stuff off of him. Had his friends talking about him. See, that's what happens to you. When you have favor, all of a sudden you get in a wilderness experience. And all of a sudden, just like Joseph had to go, he had a wilderness experience. His own brothers devised a plan because of their jealousy and they devised a plan to get rid of him. For 20 pieces of silver, I'm going forth now. But after that, they wanted to kill him, but no. Ruth said, you can't kill him. We just got to do something else. They threw him in a pit. And after they threw him in a pit, he had a pit experience. In the pit, he kept praising the Lord, kept asking questions. God, I know you showed me in the dream that my own daddy and they was going to bow before me. I know you showed me in another dream that the stars would bow before me. What is going on here? When God shows you something, don't mean it happened right away.
That's right. That's right.
When God has put favor on you, that means you got to go through some trial for favor. Look, I'm almost done now. Understand one thing, that while Job was going through that pit experience, he didn't understand what was really going on. He was yet a young man, so he wasn't maturing God enough to understand favor was in his life. But as he was being sold by the Midianites, who his brothers gave them to, they took him to Egypt. He ended up in Egypt. That's how we ended. That's how a lot of them ended up there. Ended up in Egypt. I blame it on Job and his brothers. He set up there. He went to Egypt. They sold him in Egypt. Now his brothers actually thought if he got sold, that he would be doing hard labor in some construction site. And you got to understand, back then your life was cut short doing that type of labor. But no, God blessed because of favor. See, I don't care what you're going through. Even in the midst of your pit experience, God will deliver you out the pit to take you somewhere else. But it's still a trial thing you're going through for your palace experience. You have to sit up and to get delivered one more time. You have to be tested one more time. Even in the midst of Job, while he was being he was made a slave, ended up in Potiphar's house. Guess what, y'all? He became an indentured servant. He became the hierarch slave. He had a better position than any slave ever had because he was in a rich ruler's house. And that rich ruler found favor with him. Somebody say favor of God. See, when you're in the favor of God, God will give you favor of men. And that's what happens. Even when the enemy had took him, held him captive, he yet had to treat him right. See, no matter who the master is, you serve a master bigger than the master you serve. Y'all not hearing me. You have to understand one thing. Lord, I feel you for real. You sit up and understand one thing. That as he was serving the master, Job did it right. He went through right. See, in the midst of you going through, you got to go through with the right attitude. Baby, that's why I love what you preached last Sunday. The attitude for the right attitude. See, Job had the right attitude. He loved God so much and loved God so much that he did everything. Everything Job touched, God blessed. Potiphar recognized that. See, a leader recognized leadership in somebody else. And God blessed it. But guess what, y'all? Here come another trick that the devil had. He used Potiphar's wife. Checking Job out. Now, I don't know how old Potiphar was, but I understand one thing. Joseph, Joseph, get the J's right. Thank you, Jesus. Joseph was in Potiphar's house, and she looked at him. The boy was looking good. You know how I'll tell the truth, women, y'all be checking us out too. But women, she was checking him out. She said, wait a minute, where did this boy come from? He don't look like the other slaves. And I just on spiritual wings of imagination, she was just checking him out, looking at him like, he belonged to him, so he belonged to me too. The devil is a liar. See, you have to understand one thing. That because God do something with someone else don't mean it's yours too. The devil is a liar. You have to understand. She said the devil got all up in her because she didn't know God in the first place, so it was easy. So she came up and made a play at Joseph. So come on, baby, come on over here. And she said, I got a real table for you. I know my husband have you doing this, but I'll make your life easy. And regardless of what she did, and they said she was a bad girl. So I know Joseph said, man, she's fine, but I can't do this thing.